Hello everyone. This is a pre-recorded session, but there are interactive elements you can explore online afterward. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My email will be provided. Hi, I'm Evelyn Chan, a learning technology specialist at George Brown College working in the TLX. I've collaborated with Bernie on 3 course projects. This presentation highlights how we redesigned courses using interactive content on Brightspace, like replacing textbooks with open resources and creating engaging materials for film studies. By the end of this session, we hope you will have some ideas on using interactive content in film studies, why OER might work better than textbooks, how to design student-centered assessments, and how the instructor's role is shifting online. Digital transformation in film studies isn't just about tech. It's about equity, engagement, and creativity. This reflects what we focus on in this presentation. Now, let's begin our stories. The spark happened 8 years ago when Bernie's in-class elective, Student Filmmaking, was transformed into an asynchronous online course. For the first course, we worked with instructional designer Stella Bastone to create a foundational format, which became a flexible template for the other 2 courses. My role involved shaping the course structure and adding multimedia and interactive elements to enhance learning. Across all 3 projects, our goal was to create visually engaging, accessible, and inclusive content that supports learners at their own pace in diverse environments. Here is some screenshots and the basketball self-check quiz. Give you a feel for how the course looks. We originally built it in Blackboard, then moved it to Brightspace, which offers a much more user-friendly interface. One innovation we introduced: game-based self-checks built with Storyline. These help students stay engaged, practice concepts, and prep for assessments. We are still receiving comments from students with the most recent feedback. It's worth noting that we continue to receive positive feedback on the activities we created back in 8 years. Students are still enjoying them. The struggle our students face led to a major shift 4 years ago. Stella, our instructional designer, suggested replacing the traditional textbook with Open Educational Resources, OER, for this degree-level film course. Before the redesign, the course relied on the Mast and Kawin textbook and in-class lectures. The textbook was quite expensive, and many students couldn't afford it. Our goal was to make the course more accessible, so all students could access the materials for free and have a better chance at success. After switching, we followed a model similar to MIT's OpenCourseware. Instead of long lectures and an expensive textbook, we used short video modules, digital readings, and self-check quizzes built in H5P. This approach made the course more accessible and worked better for different learning styles. Students liked the flexibility and multimedia content. And for instructors, it meant more options for guiding and supporting learners. The new shift in our current project is International Cinema, a brand new course we're developing from scratch. We're updating older materials and creating fresh, interactive multimedia content to bring it to life. We're using some of the successful elements from our previous course designs, like the instructional format, and adapting them for this new course. We also reached out to the Internet Archive to help us with access to the course textbook, since the book is no longer available for sale in Canada. Because of this, there are no copyright concerns. For students who can't afford the book or are not eligible for formal accommodations, we've created summaries so they can still learn the key content. The book is used for reference only. The films themselves are the main learning materials. The course explores cinematic storytelling from around the world, including German, French, Italian, Anglo-American, Japanese, Chinese, and Iranian films. When we started, there were only instructor notes, no course content. So, we're developing everything from scratch, including a warning disclaimer system for potentially sensitive video content. The course is designed with 14 modules, and we've completed more than halfway. Development includes 14 lecture videos created in Vyond, more than 72 interactive movie explanation videos, more than 72, H5P activities that accompany these clips. Everything is being built directly in D2L Brightspace, using inclusive learning strategies like content accommodations, alternative summaries, and proactive student support. For example, students can sign a disclaimer to access the PDF version of the textbook under accommodation. All of our courses follow this scaffolded structure: semantic foundation, build understanding through quizzes, integration, apply through lead-in assignments, reflection, engage via discussion and peer feedback, active application, culminate in a creative film project. This model supports inclusive, deeper learning and gives faculty tools to track and support students proactively. Originally, the course emphasized quizzes 40%, participation 10%, written work 20%, final essay 30%. We evolved it to quizzes 30%, discussions 20%, lead-up assignments 20%, final film project 30%. This fosters more creativity, reflection, and peer interaction, while reducing stress and rigid assessment structures. Let Bernie talk about his journey adapting to online, the impact of OER, student feedback, and the evolving instructor role.
Hi, I'm Professor Bernie Gaydosh, and I teach 3 film studies elective courses at George Brown College. I'm happy to respond to Evelyn's 6 questions about my experience changing from an in-person to asynchronous format. Question 1. I inquired about online teaching back in 2017 when students would keep asking, "Sir, this is a great course, but is it online too?" Well, the answer then was no, but that got me thinking. So I approached Stella Bastone, and she and Evelyn gradually got me to see the potential benefits, and now I've taught thousands of students this way ever since. Question 2. From a basic structure in my first course, my courses are now fully developed. For example, with Evelyn's support, I've been able to create 6-minute movie lectures, 6 for each weekly module, so students still have real feel explanatory lectures. As well, each film comes with an H5P component and 5 self-check questions. More about this in Evelyn's slide. Question 3. One real benefit has been replacing an expensive textbook with OER, i.e., in one course, I've created my own lectures. In another, I'm using MIT OpenCourseWare. This even became a preemptive plus because of the college's policy to replace course textbooks. So I ended up ahead of the curve on that. Another benefit occurred when COVID hit, and where other professors were scrambling to make the switch to online, I was already there. Question 4. As for student response to my courses, Evelyn has some of their positive feedback. But one memorable response came early on from a student who wrote, "I really enjoyed this course. It was just as good as IRL, in real life." That moment of validation has stayed with me ever since. Question 5. I was thinking about the idea of retirement back then, but this change satisfyingly reignited my teaching career. Because the transformation of my courses caused a transformation in me. I could see new possibilities open up. For example, Evelyn created an engaging course homepage with a multi-directional navigation bar, navbar. I do twice weekly updates to retain class engagement. and I offer Zoom meetings. All of this to make the experience as present as possible. Question 6. The short answer here is that students' lives are virtually online nowadays, so they're essentially predisposed to learning that way. That's certainly a plus when it comes to working together to create movies. 50% of each course consists of the experiential component of working in groups to create their movie. While some of these were done by groups meeting up to film, others have filmed their parts separately from various locations and then edited them into a finished product. So, because of all this, some students have even been inspired to forego their career choice and go and make movies, or work in special effects, or enroll in a film program. And this is a thrilling result because it's such a compliment to their engagement. Also, I can't praise Evelyn enough for her knowledge and support in creating these courses. As I've said to her, ours isn't a work relationship as much as it's a creation relationship. Thanks for listening to my experience, and as I say in my course sign-off, happy trails and happy viewing.
Thank you, Bernie, for sharing your journey and for showing how thoughtful course design can make a real difference. One of the most powerful outcomes of our redesign is that students are now creating and sharing their own films. This was not part of the course prior to the transformation. It was heavily theory-focused. But now, students collaborate in small teams to apply what they've learned and bring it to life.
What's going on? Where am I? Has this park always been here? Oh my god. I must be going crazy. I don't even remember how I got here. Oh my god, I'm going crazy. Shit. What do I do? I'm gonna go crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm lost. I don't even know where I am. I must be going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I must be going crazy. I don't even remember how I got here.
Sound of a jukebox playing, so I sit here while she's staying home, watching Dallas on TV. I love the taste of whiskey straight, but the strongest thing she ever takes is a sip from a small glass of Chablis. Though we're birds of a different feather, our love keeps us together, and she knows what's wrong with me tonight. I just got that Friday night fever. She wouldn't change me if she could. I would
Such a better listener now.
sometimes a man needs to change place. I've heard all those come on lines, but I go home to close in time. I know no one could ever take her place. Now she's taking down her hair. She knows I'll soon be there to give her the love she needs tonight. I've got that Friday night fever.
Can I help you?
Hi. You're not Julia. The hell? I think I might be at the wrong house, man. Sorry about that.
These productions showcase not just creativity, but also critical thinking. We also received some lovely feedback from students. Many appreciated Bernie's passion for film and described the course as both meaningful and practical, even in an asynchronous format. It's clear the experience left a lasting impression. These course designs support instructors in becoming facilitators of learning, not just content deliverers. Bernie now shares weekly updates, guides discussions, supports film assignments. The use of OER and real films has deepened students' critical thinking, appreciation of global cinema, and creativity. The impact of these projects has been significant. These numbers reflect not only strong enrollment, but also sustained student engagement and consistent instructional quality over time. Students continue to give positive feedback, even after several years. That tells us the course design is still effective and meaningful. Thanks for joining. I hope this gave you a better idea of what's possible with creative teaching. You can scan the QR code to explore more and watch student videos.